Hi and welcome to MySportsAI, the first GUI-based click and go approach to machine learning for solving horse racing betting problems. It's the 27th of March and it's quite exciting because today is the first day of the flat turf season, and we're presented with a notoriously tricky handicap to solve with the William Hill Lincoln. And what I'm going to do today is demonstrate a few features of MySportsAI, and by way of a bit of fun as well, see if we can solve the Lincoln handicap at Doncaster today. Okay, let's get started. I've got MySportsAI loaded up here, and as you can see, we've got flat data from 2011 to 2021 loaded. If you've seen some of the previous videos, you'll know a little bit about MySportsAI. You may have even used the software. Now, in order to approach the Lincoln, what I'm going to do is drill down a little bit, which is very different to what I've done before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slice the data, which means I'm going to discard certain parts of the data and keep others in order to do a more specific analysis. So I'm going to slice the data on race type because I want to look at handicaps only. I'm also going to slice on race class because I want to look at higher class races, suspecting that perhaps they need a slightly different approach. And I'm going to slice on race distance as well. I'm less confident about the need for that, but I'm going to slice on race distance and just look at 8 furlong races, which of course is what the Lincoln is. Click on slice, highlight handicap. I'll just pull this over so you can see it. Click on handicap, go for race class less than or equal to, I'm going to go for 4, so we're only going to be looking at fairly high class races, and then the race distance equal to 8. Now if I slice the data, it'll remove all races except those below or equal to class 4, and those equal to 8 in furlongs, and of course handicaps. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw a few input features at this and then ask MySportsAI to find the best model. I'll demonstrate that in a second, how we're going to do that. I'm going to go for the draw value, and I'll just unclick that. I've got draw value. I'm going to go with the average beat, which is the lifetime. By the way, when you're looking at these features, if you put the cursor over them, and again, if you've seen previous videos, you'll be aware of this, you'll get a description up here of what the actual feature is. You can also go to the help menu and look at what the features are. So I'm not going to dwell in this video explaining what these features are. I'm just going to go ahead and get on with the analysis. You can check these yourselves later. So I've got average beat. I'm going to go for the good runs that the horse has had on today's going. I'm going to also go with weight. I'm also going to look at the trainer strike rate in the race, and I'm also going to choose sire in race, and then I'm finally going to look at pace figure. Okay, I'm going to use the gradient boosting machine algorithm, which seems to be a pretty good algorithm to use for horse racing. There are, in the latest version, a whole range of different algorithms here that you can choose amongst, but I'm going to go with GBM. Now if I click create model, we get the create model menu up. Now what I'm going to do is, there's some new features in here actually in the latest version. We've got a walk forward facility which will analyze the data on incremental years. It will actually analyze the data on 2011, produce results for 2012, analyze on 2011-2012, produce results on 2013, analyze the data on 11, 12 and 13, produce results on 2014 and so on. But I'm not going to use those. I'm going to click on some race probability 1, but I'm going to do a combination run. Now what that will do is it will test all combinations of these input features that I've selected down here. And as it does that, it will examine the top 3 rated in each run that it does, and it will look at the top 3 rated in terms of the variable profit and loss. In other words, backing the top 3 rated to win £1. So if it's a 2-to-1 shot, you're having 50p on. If it's a 3-to-1 shot, you're having 33p on, and so on. So it's going to analyze the top 3 rated in terms of the variable profit and loss, and it's going to look at all the combinations of using these input features. So it may start off by looking at draw value and average beat, then draw value and good run going, and then draw value and weight, and so on. It'll then go on to look at the combinations that involve 3 of these, and then 4 of these, and so on. So it'll go through all the combinations, and then it will report which produced the best variable profit and loss on top 3 rated. So let's get that up and running. Now that's going to take about, on this data, it'll take about 3 or 4 minutes to run. So I'll pause the video once it's running, and then we'll look at the results. It'll just warn me that sometimes it can take quite a while to run this if you've got a large file of data. But I'm going to let that run, and if I just pull this up here, oops, you can see that this is actually running down here and reporting on the various combinations as it goes along. Okay, I'll pause and come back to this. Okay, that took about 3-4 minutes to run, and you can see from the screen here now that it's showing the performance of the top 3 rated based on the different combinations, and this performance here is a result of the best combination, which was found to be draw value, average beat, good run going and pace figure. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take out the ones that I don't need, which is weight. So I'll take that one out, and the trainer and the sire features, they were not amongst the best combination. Now if I go back and create this model with a train test split, this won't take long to run. You can see we've got some fairly decent performance from it amongst the top 3. So now what I want to do is I want to use this model to predict ratings on today's William Hill Lincoln. So what I also, by the way, down here, this is familiar stuff if you've seen the other videos. It's showing the importance of these features within the model. You can see the most important feature, the most important feature in terms of predictability was the average beat feature. Okay, so let's go and remove that. Now if I click on load decks, it'll load today's declarations. So it's telling me the 279 runners that have been loaded into a file called todaysdex.csv. And then if I model the declarations using the model I've just created, it outputs the ratings to a file called todaysrats.csv. And now if I go to today's rats, here we are. We can see in today's Lincoln we've got top rated Dania, second top rated Brunch, third top rated Crinion. It's also showing the other big handicap today, where it's got Ledham top rated, Poets Lady second, Mutafarwek third. So the Lincoln winner today is Dania. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, just in case this does happen to win and anybody accusing me of after timing. But good luck with your bets for today. Good luck with the season. I hope you have a profitable season, and look out for the next video from MySportsAI. Thank you. Bye.